Welcome to the Photo Cube project. For this project you'll be creating a printable that is a cube that you can cut out. So our objective is to be able to make perfect squares, line them up, and place photos inside the squares so that you can print them out and cut it and assemble it into this cube that you see here. Here I've already set up what is the start of the Photo Cube project. So you're going to learn how to make perfect squares, how to get images and cut them into perfect squares, how to make lines dash and line them up to things, and various other skills that seem simple, but you'll need to know them in order to be successful with this project. The first thing you want to do once Inkscape is open is make sure you're on the default view. So view default, and then you're going to want to go to File, Document Properties, and inside Document Properties you want to change Display Units to IN, which means inches, Units to IN, which means inches, and then select on US letter and then close that. That'll make the canvas that you're working with the size of a regular sheet of printer paper. So what I'm going to do here is move this off to the side. That's just for an example to show you what we'll be making. And I'm going to leave these off to the side as well. So just ignore everything. Focus on what's happening in the center. On the left side in your tool area, you want to click on the square tool and draw a square. It could be a rectangle, any shape to begin with. And I'm going to teach you how to make squares precise sizes. So if you've clicked off of it, double click on it so that the change menu right here shows up. And here you have width and height. So we're going to make 2-inch cubes. Okay. And you'll notice on mine it's got the purple outline. If you go to the Edit Color menu, the fill is going to be X'd out. The stroke paint is going to be on. You can pick any color you want. And the stroke style, I need to change this menu to pixels, and I'm going to make it 5. I'll press enter. So stroke style will let you change the width. And this is the size I need in order to make a cube that'll fit on the paper for me to cut out. And what I want to do now is I'm going to duplicate this 6 times. So you also notice that when you right click on something, the menus pop up. Duplicate is also Control D on the keyboard. So if you look at the keyboard under Shift and next to the Z there's that CTRL, that's Control, and if you press Control D it'll copy and paste onto itself, and then you can move it. So we need 6 of these, and we're gonna place them at the bottom outside of our box. And we're going to duplicate 6 of these so that they snap together in the format that looks like this. If they don't snap together, look on your right side and make sure that this button is on, and snap nodes and snap corners, snap to paths, and snap to other points. So when I press Control D, I can move it. See how it snaps to the corner? That's what we want. Okay. So what I just did was I clicked and dragged and highlighted across everything, so that way I can move all of them at the same time. Because I want 4 cubes next to each other, and then I want a cube on each side of this. My next step is going to be to create the little tabs that are going to be cut out. So I'm going to use the Bezier tool, and I'm going to make this type of shape. So I'm going to click. If I hold down Control on the keyboard, my line will like snap straight. Okay. So I'm going to click, and then I'm going to come up. I'm going to make like a trapezoid type of shape. I'm going to click on this button to zoom out. Okay, so there's the shape I want to use, and I'm going to shrink it so that it fits in the middle there. And then with that selected, if I go to stroke style, I can find dashes. If I click on that, I know that that's going to be cut away now. So if I press Control D, I can duplicate that to where I just did now. You can resize these so that they're larger. It doesn't really matter. You don't really need them, but they help for when you cut it out and tape it all together. You know where tape's gonna go and how it's gonna fold. So I'm gonna duplicate another one of these, and I want you to notice on this menu right here we have this rotate option. So I'm gonna click on that one time. It's gonna rotate it, and then I'm gonna put the ones on the right side here. Okay, I'm gonna duplicate this again, move that over here, and I'm gonna rotate it until it looks like that. Control D, Control D. This guy is kind of too big, so if you don't like the snapping, just click on this button, it'll turn it off. I'm gonna leave the snapping on. Okay, so let's. If you use the arrow keys on the keyboard, you can move things left and right and up and down. Oopsies. Oh crap. Control Z is undo. Okay. I'm gonna rotate until it flips. This also will flip. Okay. So there's buttons that do a bunch of things. This time I'm holding Shift and clicking on both of these and pressing Control D, and then moving them down, flipping them at the same time. It's a neat little trick. I can just duplicate this one and put that on that side, and duplicate this one and put it on that side. So once you have this lined up, you're gonna go ahead and do an image search. I'm gonna make my photo cube like comic book hero inspired. Yours can be anything. If you even if you have like pictures of yourself, that's fine too. So for example, let's say I want I'm looking for images. I need to save images. I can't just copy and paste, so do not copy paste. Alright, so I found an image I want to use. I'm going to right click on the image and open it in a new tab, and then I'm going to right click on that image and click on Save Image As. I'm going to put that in Pictures. Oh, I just realized something. Save as type. That is not the type I want. I want it to be a different type. I want it to be a JPEG. So I can't use that image. Let's try that again with a different one. Save Image As. Okay, so you want it to say JPEG or PNG or something like that. Go back to Pictures. I'm going to write Marvel 1 so I can find it quickly. Save. So you'll do this next step with all of your images. I'm going to go back to Inkscape. I'm going to File, Import. I'm going to go to Pictures. There's Marvel 1. I'm going to open that. It might ask me some stuff. I click OK. So this is obviously a rectangle. It's not a square. So I'm going to place that square somewhere. I need to bring it to the top. I can resize this image, but let's say I just wanted it to have Iron Man like that. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll take one of my squares, make sure it's on top. I need to click on both of these and make sure they're both highlighted. So there's a couple ways I can click and drag across it, or if I hold down Shift on the keyboard and click on both. And then I need to go to Clip, and I believe it's Set. So that was Clip, Set. And what that does is it makes it whatever size that shape is. Let's send it to the back because I want the nice outline. So when you're placing your images on the cube, you have to be careful with how you place them. So I'm gonna make mine all turned this way, because the cube is gonna sit on, this will be the bottom. I'll say that this is the bottom. So the cube's gonna sit on this, and all the images will be turned all kinds of ways unless I turn them this way. Okay, so I'm just gonna, I want you to have all different images though, so I'm just skipping ahead. Okay, so you'll have 6 different images, and then once you have your 6 different images put on to each square like this, make sure I see it before you submit it, because I want to make sure your squares are actually square. You can go ahead and highlight everything and press Ctrl G, or you could right click Group, and if you hold down Control and Shift, you can actually make it a little bit bigger. If you're afraid of doing that, don't do that. Okay, and then make sure you save it as PhotoCube project, and we're going to save this as an Inkscape type and a PDF type. The PDF type is what we can print. Okay, so once you save it both ways and have it checked out by me, I'll print it for you, and then you can cut it out and assemble it so that you have your own personal PhotoCube to take home and show off. If you get stuck on anything, please ask for help.